I've sent over 2,000 emails that have generated over $5 million in trackable revenue in the past couple of years. Now, to be clear, when I say email marketing, I am not talking about cold emailing. So I'm not talking about sending an email to somebody who's never heard of you before. I have plenty of videos on my YouTube channel that cover that. This is more specifically people that are already warm, meaning that they already know who you are and they've given you voluntarily their email for a lead magnet, to join your newsletter because they booked a sales call, one of a million different reasons. So where do we use email marketing? Well, let's first start with the actual funnel that most people have. So usually there's some kind of opt-in page. This is where you're going to collect somebody's information. So name, email, phone number, whatever the info you want from them. And then typically you're making an ask on like a video sales letter page. So after they opt in, you're sending them maybe that lead magnet, or you're sending them to a case study or training. And you're essentially saying, hey, here's this thing that you asked for. And by the way, I can help you in some way or the other lose weight, grow your business, find a relationship, et cetera, and you should book a call to speak with us, right? So then you have a schedule page, or we'll put a calendar right here where you're pushing them to the calendar. And finally, you have a thank you page, okay? And I have a bunch of videos on my YouTube where I talk about actually why I think that thank you page is probably one of the most important pages in a funnel that gets overlooked. But this is your very simple marketing funnel that you'll see. This is what it typically looks like in a funnel. So where do you collect emails from? Most notably, you're going to collect emails from this opt-in page right here. So this is going to be where you're saying, hey, if you want access to this thing, you're going to give me your email address, okay? And this is really important, and a lot of people overlook this because they just want to send people straight to this video sales letter page here where they can get them to book a call. But the problem is even some of the best video sales letters that I've seen convert at 30%, and that's a really good video sales letter for a qualified booked call. But the problem is that 70% of people that you might be paying to send to that page, you're really not capturing any information from them. And sure, you could keep on running ads to them, or keep on showing your face on social media, but the problem is that takes time and energy and money, where email, once you collect their email, it's very simple to set up automated emails or once a week emails that, like I said earlier, could literally generate you hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue, either a month or a year, depending on the size of your business. So it's really, really important to be generating an email list over the years. I've been fortunate enough over the past couple of years to build an email list in the hundreds of thousands. And so because I have that large of an email list, I'll essentially never go hungry again in my life, because I can always, whether it's a new business, a new product, a new offer, or the same thing we've been selling, I can always send an email out there and plan to generate a couple of clients from that email. So we're generating the emails from the opt-in. Now, once you get the emails, just at a 30,000 foot level, there's going to be multiple different campaigns that you can run from them. But where you're going to be sending them most of the time is either going to be to that video sales letter page that you were doing before, or it's going to be to the booking page where they can book a call to speak with you. Now, a lot of people ask me, Ravi, should I send emails to the video sales letter page? Should I send it to the booking page? And in all honesty, it just depends on what your sales calendar is looking like, right? So if you have a super packed sales calendar, you're already booked out a couple of days in the future, you probably don't want to send it straight to the calendar page, because you don't have a lot of friction, meaning that anybody can just go there and maybe they joined your email list 6 months ago, a year ago, and they don't really remember what you do, but they do remember you a little bit. They book a call, they hop on the call, and there's no pain, right? Our sales team calls it curious more than serious. There's, oh yeah, let me book a call to speak with this person. But if you already are booked out and you already have a good marketing system, then there's an opportunity cost for taking a call for somebody that doesn't really have a pain versus somebody that actually does have a pain and is ready to move forward. So a lot of the times, if you're already booked out, you don't want to send them to the calendar. You're actually going to send them to the video sales letter page so they can get reintroduced to who you are, what you do, how you serve people, at which point they'll then choose to go to the calendar page here. Now, if you are like a lot of people and you don't have any bookings on your calendar, then I do actually recommend sending it straight to the calendar page. It's lower friction, you'll get more bookings, and yes, they may be curious rather than serious, but it's definitely better to have more calls in the calendar if you don't have any than it is to have less, right? So that's the basic version of things. Now, the other kind of alternatives that you can do when you're really building up your email list, and as you get advanced later on, I'm going to talk about this as one of the strategies, is going to case studies, is going to separate sales pages with booking links below it, is going to YouTube videos, et cetera, et cetera. But this is just for the absolute beginning where you're starting. You typically have a sales funnel and you're typically collecting emails from that same sales funnel, and you're trying to get people to go back and book it because they dropped off because they weren't interested, they didn't believe you, their dog barked, their kid screamed, something happened, they left the page. And this is a free way through email, essentially virtually free way to get them back into your funnel and back to book a call to speak with your team.
If you want my help installing any of these systems in your business done for you,
be sure to book a call with my team down below.